in a world that seems, at least my world seems to be surrounded by like an interconnected system of fossil fuel inputs, the only way to get out and still play into that system without being violent, that's not what I'm talking about, right? Because the answer to violence is more violence. So if we, like, the second American Revolution will not look the same as the first one. And it can't, because we have too many people here, and we have to keep it from getting hot, you know what I mean? And so, in order to do that, we have to build the systems that allow for people to survive and thrive outside of the system that's corrupt as hell. The system that taxes you and doesn't tax you, either through inflation or just outright tax, to send that money overseas, to send that money to people that aren't working. Now, I'm not saying that people don't need it and people don't need a leg up, but at what cost, man? Like, if you're already dying, how can I pull money out of my pocket to give it to somebody else that's also dying? We have to build the base to allow for abundance for everybody, and that comes from the land. That's why I harp on this all the time, is that abundance and sustainability and wealth comes from connection to the landscape. We can reconnect you with the sustainable homestead, but this is like the journey that you will have to take, and we'll all have to take. There's so many like San Francisco, Kensington, Philadelphia. There's so many places where it's just become the norm to like have it be a shithole, you know what I mean? And a lot of people would have you think that like, oh, you have money, you can kind of escape this whatever, the cesspool that we're living in and that we're building in this like open air prison that we all live in, where people know that shit's hit the fan already, but they can't do anything because they still have to pay their bills. That's why I talk about, like, we can't be 1 foot into the system, 1 foot out anymore. It has to be completely out because it's completely immoral, right? We kill our grandchildren to feed our children, and it's just not a sustainable system, right? So people have to go back to the land. People have to do for themselves, and there's no amount of money that will allow you to escape, which is interesting, you know, right? Because people have said, oh, if you live below your means, and we want to invest in resources. Yes, absolutely. But the resources that you're investing in are not actual resources. They're just fake numbers, man. And the people that will, the counter argument is like, well, those numbers, the numbers in my bank account buy stuff. But yeah, they buy stuff, and we have shipping to our house in 2 days or whatever. But the reality of the situation is, by feeding into that system, you literally are impoverishing your neighbor. Take Walmart, for example. They don't pay a livable wage, and there's lots of research that talks about that. But more glaring is that, like, if you're working full-time and you're on food stamps, that's by definition you're not getting paid enough. And that's highlights the fact for me is that abundance only comes from the landscape and only comes from connection to the land. It doesn't take much to feed yourself. It doesn't take much to feed other people. But like we can't escape how the cards have fallen, and the only way that we can have some semblance of something to fall back on when this all does come to a conclusion is by having that abundance in the landscape. That abundance from the landscape doesn't come from fossil fuels. It doesn't come from fertilizer. It comes from hard work and determination, and getting up on the days when it's 26 degrees outside and knowing that that the work that I do today will set up a positive future for other people, and the work that I do on the land only leaves to better than we found it. You can't say that with your stocks. You can't say that with your bonds. You can't say that with like beans, bullets, or band-aids too. You have to say it with sacrifice and determination and organization, but willingness to be that cover crop a little bit. You know what I mean? We talk about cover crops and enriching the soil, and how we have, chop and drop, and the rotting of organic matter is what leads to fertilization and abundance in your area, or for the next generation or the next crop or whatever. So that's the mission that we're on. How do we right the ship that is America, that we're literally just eating our neighbors, bro, and we don't need to do that. I don't have all the answers. That's just some of the answers that I've come up with so far. But through connection to the landscape, I know that abundance for everybody is near, or nearer than it was yesterday. Keep working. SustainableHomestead.com. We're here to help you. Reach out. Thanks for watching.